Welcome back to my channel. This is T. In this video, we are going to talk about how this crystal that you see here can help you to heal from game stalking, and also how it can give you the energy to deal with it. And so the name of this crystal is dumortierite, and it's a crystal that gives off a mild to moderate energy. And so in this video, I'm going to focus on the bribery aspect of game stalking. The reason why I'm going to do this is because often when game stalkers are doing what they're doing, they like to give people who are not game stalking someone incentives to do it. And so what you may notice is this is done in a neighborhood that neighbors that don't typically talk will start talking. And you may notice, like, a particular neighbor that doesn't interact with another neighbor, um, you may notice that this game stalking neighbor is now taking the non-game stalking neighbor presents or gifts in the form of flowers and wrapped boxes of whatever and party bags. And you may notice this on a consistent level. And the reason why you'll probably be noticing this is because the game stalking neighbor is trying to get this non game stalking neighbor to game stalk someone. And a lot of times people feel that if they're extra nice and kind to someone, then they can get that person to agree to help them to do something, whether it's good or bad. And so you may see these two people talking more, but one thing that may clue you into the genuineness of the relationship is that you'll probably notice some hesitancy with the non-game stalking person. Because what you'll want to understand is that if these people live next door to each other and they don't interact on a normal or regular basis, there's some reason for it. You know, when people don't talk for years, I mean 10 to 20 years, and then all of a sudden they just start talking, you'll want to question that pretty heavily, because why is there this change? You know? Another thing you may notice is, and this is in front of the area in which you live, like in front of your house, you may notice people, the game stalking people, being extra nice and considerate to people that they're not normally extra nice and considerate to. Like they may move off the sidewalk if they're walking with their dog, whereas before they didn't do that. They just allowed their dog to kind of like get in the way of someone that they don't know or that they don't usually talk to. And, you know, especially if you see this often, this like super duper amount of consideration all of a sudden. And then at the same time, you may notice like poop in your yard, or you may notice trash in your yard, like hats, and you might notice cigarette butts around your yard or in your yard. You may notice um, just, like things in your yard that you don't usually see in your yard. All of a sudden, you start seeing these things in your yard. And some of the reasons could be because you're blowing in your yard. It's just happening, by chance. It could be because game stalkers are placing these things in your yard to annoy you, or to be able to go into your yard because you probably have signs up. Because normally when people game stalk people, the people that are being game stalked, they try to protect their property. They try to keep the people off of it. And so, all of a sudden now, like I said, you have like all this stuff in your yard. So that's a part of what people do when they gang stalk people. You know, they try to find a way to upset them. They try to find a way to get into their yard, and this is all being done to aggravate you and to try and traumatize you, as well as with the intention of trying to get you to change, to be accommodating to them, so they can get what they want. But the one thing you'll always want to remember is that when you're accommodating to people that do this, you always have to be more accommodating. Like it will never end. It will always be to where, because the intention is wrong. Like there's really no reason for someone to have to gang stalk someone. Like we're all adults and we can talk and we can ask for things and we're supposed to accept consequences. But you know, so other things that you may notice is people, you know, I cannot say for sure, but I have my suspicions when it comes to people who are soliciting. You may notice a large amount or more people soliciting than usual. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've had religious people reach out to me, and many of them have said the reason why they're doing it is because someone said that, um, you know, that I wanted that. And so what I'm saying is that when people gang stalk you, they may tell solicitors to go to your home. And so, like, on top of the people in the community doing things to you, now you have the solicitors, you may have some religious, you may just have delivery people who, I mean, in the midst of all this, some people may not even know what's going on because they are being asked to go to your home. So that's what they're doing. And, it's just the whole point is to have so much going on that you get overwhelmed, right, by all of these things. And that's why you have to try your best to stay connected to whom you connect to spiritually, because you will need that connection to keep you grounded. And also have something you do all the time, like just like meditating on the good things of life, like, and loving yourself. Take that time to do that, because that may be affected while you're dealing with this type of situation. It's because you feel attacked. And when you feel attacked, and if you're not helped enough, you can possibly be affected when it comes to how you love yourself, if you love yourself and how you do it. So the crystal that I have here is a crystal that you can hold in your hand while you talk to who you talk to spiritually. And it's good to have someone in your life that understands, that can support you. And like I said, always reach out to the proper authorities. But you don't want to overwhelm the person that is supporting you, because there's going to be a lot that you're going to be dealing with, and you got to make sure you take time to enjoy your life with that person, because you don't want to fight with that person because they're overwhelmed. Maybe they can't help you, um, or if they can, it's just not enough. Especially if there's a lot of people that are game stalking you. So um, yeah. So people who gang stalk people, they after a while they run out of ideas, especially if it's not working. You know, um, they start to come up with all sorts of things, and they will try to use bribery. They will, because um, you know Many times people use, there's been a lot of times in life that people give people things or, hey, I'll give you this or that or whatever to get someone to do something to someone else, you know? And gang stalking is connected to bribery, is connected to this type of thing, you know? So, just keep loving yourself and don't blame yourself. You you're not at fault. You aren't. There's ways for people to handle things. They don't have to gang stalk you. And it's a really unhealthy dynamic anyway. Like when you give in, then what? How much is enough? Like, will they do it again when you don't do? Like, let's just say, for instance, they want you to let them borrow. They want to borrow your car. That's why they're gang stalking you. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. And you let them do it once a week, right? And then they still want you more than that. And so then you say no, and then they start gang stalking you or bullying you again. Then you say okay, and then it's another time, 4 days a week, and they keep like this is not good for you or them. It's creating a weird dependency, and it's like it can never be enough sometimes. So if you don't get started, then you don't have to worry about anything. We all have 24 hours in a day, and it's a matter of what people do with their time. You get to enjoy your life based upon what you do with your time. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Try your best to keep yourself safe and take care.